Well, hello. How are you? It's Joni here at Joni's Journals. And as you can see, my desk is a little bit of a mess. But that's because over the past few days, I've been playing with my leftovers from a bunch of Tracy's kits. And I also was playing with pieces from her freebie on her website, which I thought I had on top, but I don't. I've been cutting everything apart, so what you're seeing are the leftovers. And let's see if I can find the leftovers of the freebie. Maybe, maybe not. Well, anyway, if you are a member of Tracy's website, you may have already seen. I'm just going to move this stuff out of the way. Oh, here's pieces from it. I think I found it. This is what's left over because I've been cutting it apart. And this is on the website, Tracy Fox Creative. It's free. Go over and join it. I know I keep telling you, and I hope you're listening, but it really is free. And she gives you one page of something spectacular pretty frequently. This particular one is called the Pics freebie, and it's all these lovely pictures. And she generally will put out a freebie after she puts out a kit. Now, also in here, I'm moving this away. You can see I've got bits and pieces from her kit, Awesome Assemblage. I have some, let me grab them, photos of Faux. Now, these are, kits in her shop that you'll have to pay for. This one is Gothic in the Belfry, which she put out. Here's some more pieces. It has pictures of Faux. It comes with, let me find it again, this awesome book cover, which I am going to be using at a later date. I have plans for this. I can't really tell you exactly what the plans are yet because it's still kind of a secret. This is pieces from the Awesome Assemblage kit. So yeah, and here's some more. I'm just pulling out all these little bits and pieces that I've been cutting away at the pages and using them and combining them into these little clusters, which I'm going to show you. Let me just put that safely away. I don't need anything falling all over the place. I've been creating these little clusters. Now, you may have seen these before. I think I showed them to you on at the end of a previous make, and I said that we would be making some. This is one you can see here. I combined, let me try to get that. This is a photo from the Pics freebie, and these are bits and pieces. This is also from the Pics freebie. These are bits and pieces from the Awesome Assemblage kit. I added some grommets to this. Let's put this aside. Now, you can see that these are reflecting. And what I attempted to do, and I will show you how to do it, although mine is far from as good as hers. Although I played with mine and I inked them in the effort to make them really look as good as hers. It's Faux Mica. I don't think I have the proper tape. She makes hers from cellophane tape, and try as I might, I can't find old-fashioned, that yellowy kind of cellophane tape. I can't find it. I've tried Walmart. This was an attempt from Target. This is some kind of, let me see if I can grab it. No, I don't even have the name on here. But anyway, this was one I bought from Target. And so I have been attempting to make the Faux Mica like she makes, and mine just doesn't come out right. It's supposed to have all sorts of crackles and little, like, I guess for lack of a better term, they're air pockets that form when you try to make this. I'm going to give you a quick lesson in my stinky way of doing it. So if you can't find the cellophane tape like I can't, you know, whatever you find, maybe you'll just want to try and do it that way. It doesn't work with the tape that's got the whitish background to it. So this was the only tape that I could find that didn't have that whitish background to it. And what you basically need to do is you pull the tape off and then you reapply it to the roll, and you pull it off and you reapply it to the roll, and you just keep doing that all along. I'm going to start doing it a little bit more quickly. With hers, she got some awesome like marks on hers, and again, for lack of a better term, I think they were like air bubbles. All mine seems to get is like these little lines. So this is what I've been doing, is pulling it, putting it back, pulling it, putting it back. I'm only going to do a little piece because to do a big piece, you're probably going to get bored. And I'm sure those of you that aren't interested have already gone on to the next video. But that's what you do. You basically, you get these kind of lines. And I don't know for sure if you can see it. You put it on, put it back, put it on, put it back. With the old-fashioned cellophane tape, you do get the air bubbles. Then what I do is I just bring mine back over and I try my best to match up my sides, and I never get it. It usually sticks to itself before I can get it down. And then when I get these little bends in it, I don't really care because that creates the only kind of awesome effect I can seem to get. And then I'll cut it off like so. And I always leave a little edge on my tape so I can restart it again. And then, where did I just put it? I take my faux bone folder and I kind of push down on it. And you can see I'm getting little bubbles and lumps in here. That's about the best awesome effect I usually get. Like I said, I don't think I'm using the right tape. So we'll just do it like that, like so. And I just push out the bumps as best as I can. And then what I do to try to get mine, well, you can see I've got little air pockets in here and little bubbles. So maybe this piece didn't turn out as bad as I thought it would. And then I'll just kind of push it down and push it out and push it down and push it out. And then because mine never seem to line up perfectly, although this one's pretty good, I usually end up with a sticky edge. So what I'll do, because I do have one sticky side, is I'll just take my scissors and trim up the sticky edge that's there, like so, and try to straighten it out a bit. Okay. Now I gotta get rid of the sticky tape. Hang on. Okay. All right. And then I've been using my Ranger Archival permanent black. I think it's, what is it? It's black, jet black. Okay. And I take my dauber and I just kind of run it over the tape to make it look kind of old and maybe a little smoky. And I do it on both sides because the ink is permanent. If you don't have permanent, you might only want to do it on one side. And then I'll just take my fingers. You can see that's why my fingers are black. And I just kind of rub the excess off. And not a lot will come off. But if you can see, now that it's kind of colored, maybe if I'm trying to get it so you can see it. If I put it more in the light, you get a kind of, it looks like the shiny part of the photo is going to lift off. Okay. So that's my crummy attempt at making the mica. Let me see if I put it over something. Let's see. If I put it over that, maybe you can see. Yeah, you can definitely see it a little better. And that's what I end up with. And so I take it and then I will cut it like so. Let's bring back that piece of paper again. It's an envelope. put it there. I cut it down to whatever size I need. Oh, I threw the tape over there. Oh, this has been a day. And once I've inked it, I kind of cut it in a bit of a jagged edge, like so, okay? And I will apply it to my photo to try to make the photo look like an old-fashioned photo where maybe the shiny part is coming off. You can use it also. I'm just going to ink this edge just a little bit. I want it to be a little bit more dramatic against the photo. You can, and I cut it jagged because I just feel like that gives a little bit of a better effect. So that's what I do. And then what I did was I glued it. I was putting it on with double-faced tape. And the double-faced tape was just such a hassle, although it does not show. And I found also today, because I played with just the glue, the double-faced tape is on this one as well. Now you can see I didn't add any color to this one. I used the double-faced tape around the edge, and if I turn it just like this, you can see the tape is here, okay? But it really does not show through. And today I did it with the glue, and that really doesn't show through either. So that's my short lesson on a failed way to make faux mica, okay? Now, since I've already applied it to this one, I figure we might start making our little cluster with this one, okay? Now, before that, I also want to show you, I am going to attempt to do it with some of the photos from Gothic and the Belfry. So I have just prepared my photos. There are little round things you can punch out, little, I call them labels. I printed this in opposites. I did it by accident. I printed the page backwards because I was printing something else backwards. So I figured I would just punch them out and kind of make them like mirror images on the back of themselves. And this is one, if you know Poe, you know he wrote The Raven. These are letters from the Awesome Assemblage kit. So I cut out Poe and I glued one of the little tags that comes in the kit. I glued the tags together. I have one on each side, and I glued his name. And this is a piece from the Awesome Assemblage, which I've pulled all of these things out. I pulled out an old, this is Awesome Assemblage as well. It's a picture of a very old typewriter. And so Poe was a writer, so a typewriter. But those I'm going to play with at a different time, and then maybe I'll come back and I'll show you what I do with those. But I thought we might put some of these clusters together. So I pulled out some pieces. This is from the freebie. These are Awesome Assemblage. Okay. This is the freebie as well, and I've begun cutting it open. It is a little envelope with a letter that's inside of it. I trimmed it up and I cut the little edge open because what I want to do is I want to tuck this photo into the envelope, and I'm adding the word memories. So I thought, you know, this might be something that someone has stored away, but I do just want to trim it just a little bit more. I hope you can see what I'm doing. Yes, you can. Just so that the photo fits in a little bit more comfortably. Now, I've already inked everything. I've gone around it with Vintage Photo and Distress Black Soot because I wanted just to make it look old. So what I think we're going to do is we're going to glue. I've already pretty much got these laid out in my head what I want to do. Whoops, but I thought that I might bring you along. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to tuck this in so it looks like it's falling out of the envelope. And I'm just getting an idea of where I need to put some glue. So I'm going to put some glue here so that it glues down to the front of the photo. I'm just going to lay that down. And then I'm going to add some glue on the back of here. And if I go over the area where I should have glue, I'm not going to worry because I'm going to be sticking this down to this piece back here and just try to make a little bit of a cluster. So now you see most of the glue that I put on the back of the photo and on the back of the envelope is not attached to itself. I just want to wipe off the excess glue, but that's okay because I want to lay this piece sort of at an angle onto this piece, and I think we'll put it like that. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some glue all over the back here so that we have enough to cover, whoops, see, it popped off, to cover where all of this is going to hit this piece of paper. And I'm just going to do it like that, kind of sort of in the middle. And you can see, just to move it around a little bit. Okay, and we need some more glue. So I'm just going to put some more glue in between here, like so, and glue this down. And so there we go. We have our first pieces of our cluster formed. Okay. And then what I thought I might do is just tuck these in the back. And I want to make sure that I like this edge, so I want to make sure that that's kind of showing off of here, like so. Okay. So let's just put this down. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pencil, which is right here, and I'm just going to put a little mark onto the front of here like this. Okay, and then I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to put a little mark on the back of here so I know where to put some glue on here. So I'm going to put my glue right in that area there. And then I'm just going to line everything up with the mark on the back and the mark on the front. Whoops. Yeah, okay. And so we'll slide this on here like so. Now you can see I put some ink on the back of this because some of these pieces are white on the back, and I don't know what I want to do with them yet. If I want to add them to a page in a book, or if I want to use them singly as a cluster. So I put a little ink on the back of this, and I may just grab my ink and put a little on the edges back here too, you know, just to make it look like it's kind of old and dirty. We'll put a little ink there. Now my picture does not seem to want to be stuck, so I'm just going to push a little glue in here and get my picture to stick. Okay. All right, we added a little too much. And there we have that. Okay, that looks pretty awesome. And then we have this tag, which, let's see how we want this one. Now, do we want it off like that? And then I think we might be missing something in the center, or maybe we'll leave it alone. Kind of looks like it was thrown down on the paper. Let me see what I can grab. And maybe we can find a little tag that is just laying here waiting to be cut out. How about we grab a label? I think we can do that. Let's see, what kind of label should we put there? We want a long one so that it fits in the back. So I think we'll grab number 8, okay? Because that seems to be pretty long. And we'll just quickly cut it out, and I'll just go around and go around like this. See, I had an idea in my head, and then I didn't like it. So I'm amending my original idea. Let's get that piece of paper out of there to just kind of jazz up the cluster a little bit. Maybe should we put it here like so? I think that would look pretty cool on the front. Okay, so let's glue our tag to the back. We'll just turn it over, and I'll just put a pencil mark here and here and here, so I know the parameters of where I want to glue. Okay. So we know we have glue in that section. Can you see a little pencil mark? These are just, this is the way that I kind of do things. Once I lay stuff out, I'm pretty stuck with the way I decide to do it. And when I tell you that I spend a long time moving stuff around and just getting it just so that it tilts out on the right angle. See, that looks pretty cool, right? Okay. Now we have this piece, if I can get a hold of it. Oh, I got ink on my brand new nail polish. Oh, I'm not happy about that one. All right, let's just ink around this really quick. And the back on this was printed on, so we don't need to worry about the back. But let's just give a little ink around the edge on that too. So we have that. And that looks pretty cool like that. And we can stick this one right in here, like so. So what I'll do, again, I'll just take my pencil and I'll make a white line so I know where I'm gluing. And I'm going to put the glue down on here, if I can get a hold of it. And I'll just put a little line like so. And we can slide our number 8 onto the front like that. And there we go. That's pretty cool. All right. And then I had this tag, which I thought we might put down here. Okay, just to add a little something there. Now I am going to make a pencil mark, whether or not I'm going to be able to see it. Oh yeah, I can see the marks. I'm just going to put a little glue here, and then we'll add this piece on too. So yeah, this is just, you know, a little bit of fun. And this is great if you kind of like lost your mojo. Just pull out little bits and pieces and say, you know, well, let me try and put some stuff together, and maybe I can, you know, feel a little better, and maybe it'll just get that creative flow going. Because I've been going through that these past couple of weeks. I'm just so overwhelmed with work and things that need to be done around the house that I just kind of haven't been in the mood. So I pulled all these out and I started cutting them apart. And I just figured I'd have some fun. All right, let's put a little glue on this. This one says memories. And we can just glue this to the front of the envelope because it'll stand out on the back. And there we have it. There's our first little cluster. Okay? And what I'll do is I'll grab the other one. I don't want to bore you guys out of your skulls. And I'm sure that those of you that are already bored have gone the way of the wind. But this one's kind of cute too. I pulled out, now you can see my famous way of cutting the centers out of things. I just took this and I cut it open, and this actually was the piece that was in the middle. And it says, I don't know what it says, it's in French. But what I'm going to do, I have this little picture here. Now we're going to glue down our faux mica over the picture, okay? And I think I just want to cut off the edge, kind of size it up, and we'll cut off the edge of this like so. So we know that our piece will fit our photo. And I think I'm just going to give a little bit of a jagged edge to this. No rhyme or reason. Just kind of, you know, make a little bit of a little jagged edge, and we'll let that piece go. And so you can see it just kind of sits on the photo and gives it a little bit of something, something. And I'm going to grab my other glue, the one with the fine tip, I was going to say the teddy bear glue, but it's the Barely Arts glue. And I'm going to put a very fine line around the edge, like so. And this will be enough just to grab onto the piece of cellophane, or should we say our faux mica. And I'm just going to go up as far as I think the piece went and just go over it a little bit more. And then we'll just grab our piece of cellophane tape. I just stuck my nail in it. And I'm just going to work it around a little bit back and forth so that it grabs the glue. And there you go. There's your photo with your mica on it. I just need to wipe my fingers off. I'm just going to grab a baby wipe. Okay. Just want to wipe the glue off and the ink. I'm like getting stuck and dirty from everything. Let's get that done. Okay. All right. Now I'll just tuck this back in the package. Sorry, guys. So, while I'm standing here tucking stuff back in, I hope you guys went over and watched my video yesterday. Just drying my hands. We decorated our CD cases that we made last week. And the video before that was a final walkthrough of the multi-fold tag journal, the one we made together, the accordion journal using the other freebies from Tracy's website. I'm telling you, people, if you haven't gone over and signed up, okay, I'm clean now, for her website, you got to go do it. You really got to go do it. There's so much fun stuff on there. And you sign up for the Foxy Rag and what's the other thing? The monthly newsletter. There's so much stuff there that you really should go over and sign up. Okay. What I thought I might do is I want to put my photo frame so that these little flowers show here. I just think they're adorable. So what I'm going to do is I am going to put a little glue over here and along here and along here. And I'm going to stick the photo frame down to this. To me, looks sort of like a quilt. I know it's not. It's more like just a fabric cluster. And I'm going to glue my frame on this way, like that. Okay, so we have that. Yes, there's a little hole in here, but we'll take care of that. And I'm just going to slide it down so it's stuck on like so. There's a little glue on the back here, but we won't see. I'm sticky again. And then I'm going to take my photo, and I had an idea to kind of lay it this way so you can see these little flowers here. I'm hoping you're seeing it. And I'm just going to make little marks on the back of my photo, little pencil marks, again, so I know where to put my glue onto the back of my little photo. And I'm just going to smear on some glue. Okay, and I am going to stick my photo down onto what I say is a quilt, but it's actually a faux fabric cluster. And so we have that like that, okay? I thought that was pretty cool. And then I had pulled out 3 of these tags. I loved these colors on this one. And I'm just going to glue this one here onto this side because this time I do have another one set to put in the middle. So I'm going to lay it down again with my pencil, light marks. I didn't ink up the back of this one because, again, I don't know what I want to do with it. And if I decide to leave it as a standalone cluster, I can do that too. And so I'm going to glue this on back here, grab the glue, and then I'm going to flip it over and make sure that I'm seeing enough of these colors that I liked so much. And if you can see, they kind of match up to the photo. And then I wanted to glue this one on so that you can kind of see part of it through the frame. Okay. So again, my pencil, and here And I'm going to put a little mark here so I know where I can put glue on the frame. And I'm going to take it and I'm going to put glue on the back. I hope you guys are sticking around for this. And usually when I do things like this, people kind of go, oh, this is boring, and walk away. But this is just a lot of fun. A lot of free fun using up leftovers. I'm not going to say scraps because they're not scraps. They're just leftover pieces from kits that I haven't used yet. And then I think I might put this one a little bit over this way because I have this little piece that I want to tuck up here. So that's what I'm going to do. Again, I know this must be a broken record to you, but I find this makes it a little bit easier when you're gluing, and especially because you have stuff laid out, if you just kind of save yourself some time, and of course save yourself some glue, and just kind of map out what you're doing. Okay? So there you go, we have that. And you know, if you get to the front of it while you still have your glue wet, fiddle around with it. And you can change the placement. Excuse me. I thought I might get through this without a cough. Okay, there we go. And then we can put this little piece right there, all right, and fill up that hole. And let's just turn it over. And I'm going to put a mark again so that I know where to put the glue on the back of my little ticket here. Okay, and we're going to grab the glue, go around, and we're just going to add this on. Okay, at the end, I'm going to show you what I did with the Faux stuff, and I'm going to probably use it along with that little book cover that I showed you and lay some of that out. But I had some ideas. We're not going to do that one because I haven't really figured out what I want to do. Now this piece I pulled out because I just liked it. And now I'm really not sure where I want to put it. I might just add it there. Okay, like that. I think that looks kind of funky. Adds a little bit of something, kind of breaks up that blue frame. So in this case, since we're laying it down right on top of a bunch of papers, we're just going to put glue on it. And we're going to put it here like this. Maybe a little bit on an angle. Make sure our flower is still showing. And then we have that on there. And I think I glued myself to the table. Okay. And then we have these. This is a little photo from the pics set. And I think we might put them hanging off like this on the edge. And so again, I just want to know where I'm gluing. And we have to add our words, which I think will fit nicely right there. Okay, so let's just add our little photo. And then we'll finish cutting out our words. And we'll be done with yet another cluster. Okay, so let's just glue. I just wanted to come along and do a fun little no pressure kind of collage, kind of video today, because it was a very busy morning. Now, how did we have this? See, that's why I make the mark, because then I know what I was doing, because I very easily forget. Okay, and so these little clusters are kind of like, if you haven't seen my Mycologist notebook videos, go over and check them out. I started the notebook about 6 months ago. If I can, I think I've figured out a way to link my own videos to a video that I'm uploading. if it works, and I'm saying that if it works, I might link the video. If it doesn't work and you don't find the link in the description box below the video, go back about 6 months on my channel. Just scroll through. Believe me, there's not that many videos, considering I'm only basically able to do maybe 2 or 3 a week, only on the weekends. And check it out. It's fun. All right, so there we go. Let's put Lost and Found kind of on an angle there. And so there we have it. So we made faux mica tape, which doesn't come out anything like Tracy's, so go over and check out her video. I will try to link her video. We have one cluster that we did. And then we have this one. Now you can go back like I did with this one if you want. Let me just grab it. And add, you can make it bigger. You can add stuff to the back. I did stuff on the back of this one. I double faced my little assemblage tags. You can add grommets, hang stuff off of it. I haven't hung anything off of here because I don't know what I'm doing with this yet. So yeah, you could add a grommet here and hang something off, or a grommet here. Or you could just leave it as is. And let's see. I'm going to grab out just this because this is what I have handy. My field notes pocket. You could just, let's open it up. You could just add it to a page like so, or make it a decoration on the inside of a cover. In this case, you could make it a page tab going like that, and you have your little dangle. Or you could make it a page tab up here and have your little dangle hanging out of the book. You could do a bunch of things with these, okay? Or you could just make them and collect them and put them aside for a future journal. Whatever you want to do with them. But yeah, it was just fun. Like I said, I had stuff left over. I'm not going to say scraps because they weren't scraps. And so here's the two we made. Here, I'll bring it back. This is the one that I made. This one was very simple. I just took the little quilt and I added a photo to it with the faux mica, and I inked up the photos. We have that one. And this one, I just took Awesome Assemblage, and I took 2 of the photos. You can see I have the faux mica here. And I rolled, oh my gosh, I sounded like a New Yorker here. And I rolled the edges on the photos, and I inked them. And that's what the back looks like. So yeah, so go over, you know, pick up what your little leftovers, not your scraps, your little leftovers. And maybe you've been working with the Awesome Assemblage kit already. I'll link all the kits. And I'll link Tracy's website in the description box. But yeah, and these are, let me just put my pin back into my glue before I can't. And I probably can't at this point. No, it's okay. Because the glue will dry up on the inside of these containers. And that'll be me having to wash everything out. So yeah, what I had been thinking for these, and I'll just give you an idea. I had this picture of Poe with the raven, and I was thinking of making a dangle off the end here, and perhaps just adding this like so. So these are my ideas for these little clusters, and I'm sure there'll be more stuff. Tracy has some, I think it was another of her freebies, gorgeous papers that she put out around Halloween last year, and I'll have to look. I don't remember where it was. If it's part of a kit, I'll try to link it. And then again, we have this. See, this is just a little bit of a cluster like so. And we can hang one of these off the bottom. So yeah, you gotta cut out the little bits and pieces and just play. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Even my poor attempt at faux mica. And making our little clusters. And again, these are the ones I made. But these are the ones that we made. And they came out kind of cool. So yeah, go over to her website. Check out the freebies. See what she's got on there. Print it out and make some clusters of your own. Okay? So that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed this. I want to send you love and big hugs and ask you to please, please remember to like, subscribe, and comment. And I seem to have gotten some new subscribers since I did my announcement for my 1,000 subscriber giveaway. Kind of makes you skeptical when your numbers start to go up. Although maybe somebody, maybe I'm just being presumptuary, but maybe, somebody just decided to subscribe because they liked my videos. Okay. I don't mean to sound mean, but I have like 1 to 3 subscribers that subscribe and then go away. Then they come back and then they go away. I don't know. I subscribe. I stay subscribed. I just, I don't know. But anyway, you guys, lots of love, big hugs, like, subscribe, comment. It helps all of us. So if you watch a video, just hit the like button. It helps. Okay, guys, I'll see you soon. I hope you enjoyed this and I hope you had some fun. Okay, bye.